I lose track of time. Good evening and welcome to Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
How are you this evening, Pascal?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
You survived the hurricane, huh?
A little wind, little rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing
survived it.
crazy. Yeah.
Nothing. Well,
Nothing out
two
of your
minutes,
norm.
2 minutes over the bridge is devastation. 2 minutes
Yeah, I
from my
know.
house because I live 2 minutes from Gulf Boulevard, and it's complete devastation. And I feel for the people. It's
Mm-hmm.
the price you pay to live on the beaches. I grew up on the beaches. I've been there a few times, so
Yeah,
it's not fun, but you just do it, pick up the pieces and move on and fix
that's it.
everything. So
Yeah.
I've had to have walls replaced in the whole house and all that good stuff. So been there, done that. Where furniture and refrigerators float randomly. You wouldn't think, but they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
So yeah, so we made it through that. I know we talked about recording last night. I'm glad we kind of didn't because it probably would have been later, and that's kind of when I lost my power. And granted, it was
Yeah.
only for like 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was only gonna be 10, 15 minutes when certain people in the area all around me are still without power. So
Yeah, I heard that. I saw that on Facebook that a couple of people near your area were completely out of power. I know the ones near the beaches, of course, they're going to be out of power. I mean, you can't,
yeah,
there's nothing to do about that. But
no.
yeah, I feel for them. Hopefully they'll pick up their pieces, rather quickly and get things going. And hopefully you won't have another one anytime soon.
Well,
How
there's
long do they last? Like over there, November, right?
yeah
Through
through November.
November. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and we always get one. We've been getting them kind of every September we get one.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's it. However, there's two named storms behind Helene that are out there
Oh,
right now,
jeez. Yeah.
but they're far off. And like Dennis Phillips says, you don't panic until I panic. When I panic, then you
Absolutely.
panic.
Yes.
So rule number
That's
7, that's his
right.
rule. And
Yeah.
so, I'm not going to worry about it. I am fortunate. I know before the storm was passing us, there were over 30,000 people without power, and that number has significantly gone up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just kind of, you know, it's a mess.
It
And
is. But I'm
this too shall pass, and it's just
exactly.
part of living here. Or, wherever you live, if you live up on the mountain and you're snowed in and you got to get to a hospital, guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, there's pros and cons wherever you live. So,
it is. Yeah, it is. That's true.
so
That's
you
true.
just you
I
just
mean,
pick what it's going to be.
yeah. I know around
You
this
know.
area, this whole entire week, we've been getting a lot of rain and wind as well. But this is the time for it. That switch between coming out of summer into fall. So this is, in that area. And although I love it, I love the scenery and I love all that stuff, I hate this time of the year.
Do you really?
I do because I know
So,
winter is coming soon and
yeah,
then it's like we have to get stuck in the house for the next 6 months, unfortunately.
yeah.
Not that I really get stuck unless there's a blizzard out here, but just because it's so cold sometimes. And
Mhm.
I have a feeling because we had such a hot summer that we are going to have such a crazy, crazy winter.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
know,
when it gets
it's
below zero, you do not want to go outside. Mm,
it's just one of those things. Every place has its pros and cons.
they
For the
do.
most part, we're hot here, and unfortunately, storms like the hot water, and our water is hotter. And
Yes.
so, they build and build and build. And that storm was gaining strength, and the eye was getting really tight. And so it was
Yeah.
getting more forward momentum and stronger. So when it hit that Cat 4, it's like, ooh,
Right. Yeah.
you know. Um,
Yeah.
I still don't understand why people don't leave when they're told to leave. I don't want to hear, well, they just don't ever think it's going to be that bad. You don't ever know when it's going to be that bad. And in Elena, during Elena, when they evacuated us from the beaches, and that was in 85,
Mm.
uh, we had a lot of sand and we lost a big palm tree in our front yard. And we had a lot of sand blow up like in the streets and stuff, but not up in our house or our yard or anything.
Sure.
And we had no flooding because she turned and she decided to go to Texas. The reason they evacuated us because she hung out and stalled and was growing, and they didn't know what she was going to do.
Yeah.
So the no-name storm of '93, though, I had 8 inches of salt water in my bedroom, and my bedroom was at the front of the house near no doors. So
Oh, wow.
out in the front yard that night when the water just came up out of nowhere, I was up to my thighs, in the middle of my
Wow.
thighs, in salt water. And we had it in the cars. And,
Hmm.
that's when they come in, they cut all the walls in half in your house, and then they dry you out and then treat the
Yeah.
2x4s and then put your walls back, and you start all over from zero. So I have been there. And that was in 93. So
Hmm.
people who live in whose houses flood in a neighborhood near us in St. Pete called Shady Acres actually had to be rescued, even though their house is flooded. It floods during rain.
Oh,
Shady Acres is
my.
known for flooding just during rain.
Hmm.
So why would you stay and have someone rescue you?
Well, yeah, it
I
doesn't make any
just,
sense.
don't have morbid curiosity. Get your crap and get out. So I feel for them to a degree, but on the other aspect, it's like, we lost our cars. Well, if you packed up your cars and some of your belongings, then you wouldn't have nothing and you'd have your cars and some of your belongings. But you've been through this before. You've remodeled your house
Yes,
before from flooding from a hurricane,
that's
just like
right.
4 or 5 years ago. So
That's right.
why would you stay? I just
Yeah,
don't understand.
I
Get
don't get it.
out. I've always said we got out, you
I
know,
mean, yeah,
when we were told to
generally
get
when
out,
you were told to get out, you get out.
93,
Yeah.
no one was told to get out. It was the no-name storm. It was a complete surprise. That water rose so fast. I watched it rise and I was like, oh,
Hmm.
what's happening?
Yeah.
There was no, no warning, nothing. So,
Hmm.
you know, not to be critical, but when they tell you to get out, please get out.
Yes,
It's
please.
not worth it. Don't be curious. Just if
No.
nothing happens, good,
Yes.
but people died because they didn't get out
Right. And it's like for no reason. You should have
for
just
no
gotten
reason.
out. Yeah, you
You
should have
know,
just gotten out.
don't don't have the mentality, this is my house, I'm not leaving. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to be a hero.
No, and don't risk anything. Anything.
And then
Anything.
you think those people want to come rescue you with flooded waters and electrical lines?
Yeah, no, because they're not going to
No.
risk their life for you either. So
No. You got
they,
to get out.
yes, yeah, they need to understand that. So
Yeah, so there's my rant on storms. If there's a big storm coming your way and you're told to get out, please get out.
please
Please just,
save a life. Save a life.
yeah,
Your
save your own
life,
life.
everybody's life, save a life.
Get out. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. Don't be
No.
curious. Who cares?
Yeah.
Take before and after pictures and then you kind of know what happened.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Exactly.
know. So
Exactly.
the bridges were closed. I think still closed tonight, not letting people back on. The Gulf
Yeah.
Boulevard looks like a big sand pit. So,
I bet even I was looking at the bridge to Tampa. I know that thing was completely
mhm.
completely underwater. Like completely.
And I know they opened up one of them, I think. I
Did
heard, or
they?
part of it, or part of it. Well, the engineers have to check it out. It took a beating for so long. You got to,
Oh yeah.
stability. All the
Mhm.
bridges have to be checked. So,
Yeah, definitely.
you
Definitely.
know, it's part of living in Florida.
It is. It is.
And
It is.
near a coast.
Yeah,
Even not
exactly.
near a coast, because sometimes the storms are wider than the state. But
Mhm. Mhm.
so
Yeah. Well, good. I mean, I'm glad, you're doing okay and hopefully everybody else, gets on their feet and is going to be doing okay too as well. So,
oh, they will, they will.
yeah,
They know this is not new, and it has to be overwhelming. I know that.
I'm sure.
You have to decide where you're and how you're going to start.
Yep.
My concern for them are the insurance adjusters and everyone getting out
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
in a
That's a
timely
big
manner
one.
for that many people,
Oh,
because
yeah.
all the beaches,
Are messed
not
up.
no one was spared anything.
Oh
All
my
of them,
goodness. Oh my goodness.
all of them.
Wow. I
Even Pier
saw
60 took a beating. So,
really.
yeah.
I saw on Facebook that where was it? Was it Tampa General Hospital too?
Oh, they had that cool
Was
wall they put up.
yes.
Yeah, they've only had that a few
Yes.
years. I'm like, okay, so how much does that cost for smaller houses?
Right, I know,
They
right?
have, yeah, they have that cool water wall that they install, and it's
Yeah.
impressive, um, to protect everybody. It's impressive.
It is. Yeah, it is. And it really protected them and I was like, wow, the water's all the way up there. Can you imagine if the wall wasn't there?
You
What would
know,
have happened?
Yeah, all the
My
people in that hospital
goodness.
that can't be moved that are in ICU or on, on
Yeah,
vents
or
and
hooked
different,
fence.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot.
so that they've only had that. I've only seen it last year and this year, and everyone's like, they have this cool new water wall thing. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You know,
It was
that was
amazing.
not cheap.
Oh, no, of course not. Of
And then I
course it's
wonder if
not.
Morton Plant would have one or get one because they sit practically on the intercoastal, Morton Plant.
Yeah, they do.
They're
Yeah.
they're just a block or two away,
Oh,
and
wow.
granted, you come up to the hospital from there. Who's to say? I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's
you know,
tough. It's rough. But
yeah,
what are you going to do? That's it. Like you said, that's what happens when you live in on the coast like that.
yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, it is what it is.
it
People,
is. Yeah.
I've had more people say to me growing up, how can you live there? They have hurricanes. I'm like, well, you live like near Tornado Alley. I'm like,
Right.
the, you can't track those things. They just pop down whenever they feel like it and tear
They
up
sure
stuff and move
do.
along. This you
They
can
sure
track
do.
for days.
Yes.
You
And then you can be
know,
prepared.
you know where it's going. You know what they
Yeah,
think that it's doing. With today's technology, they're pretty spot on.
they
So,
are.
yeah, it's like I'd rather have a hurricane so I can get out of the way than a tornado just pop down out of nowhere
Absolutely,
on
right?
you. I've seen them driving down the road just pop down on some of the boulevard. I'm like,
I
it's
know.
freaky. It's
Oh,
like,
they
okay,
do.
there's a dark gray cloud, and all of a sudden, down it
Yep.
comes, and I'm just like, oh, hello.
Yes. Nice to meet you. No.
Yeah. Right. Why are you here? Mind my own
Right.
business. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen water spouts, they just come out of nowhere. So,
Oh,
I
they
mean,
do.
at least with a hurricane, you can get out of the path.
Yes. Yeah. At least you have time to kind of
I mean,
prepare yourself as much as you can,
that's
as
a,
much
that's a
as you need
positive
to.
thing.
Definitely.
I have no desire to stay through it. It's just not
Definitely.
that interesting to me.
Yeah. I don't
I
blame
like
you.
electricity
Yeah. No
and
kidding.
hot showers.
In your house. Yeah.
That was my first thought, and this is awful. My power went out, and I was sitting there, and it was like, I don't know, it was a little after 11, a few minutes after 11. I was gonna go to bed anyways. I was like, oh great, how am I gonna shower in the morning?
Right. I
Do
mean, I
not
don't
like
blame
cold,
you.
cold water. Well, I was
Yeah. I don't.
supposed to work today. They had us coming into work late and work half a day. And then the text came out this morning before 8 a.m. that,
Yeah.
we'll see you Monday. Because I don't think they were expecting this devastation either. And people were messaging this morning, I lost the roof off my mobile home. My
Mm.
house is full of mud and water, and I have no power, and I have no power. And, I mean, you just forget it. Stay home,
Sure, of course. Yeah, it's not
So,
worth it to be out there and kill yourself for no reason. So stay
no.
home. Be
Yeah.
safe. Be
you know.
safe.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was
Okay.
that. We survived that,
That's good.
and you became a grandma again
I
this
did
past
become a
week.
grandma. Yes, to a
Yes.
beautiful little boy.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
darling. I saw the few pictures you
Yes.
sent me. He's looked a
Yeah.
little angry in the beginning, and rightfully so. It's been a journey, but he was cute as can be.
It did. I think he wanted to stay inside, but I
Well,
think
yeah,
it
but
was
do you
time for
blame
him to
him?
come out. No, I don't blame him. That's the first thing that I told him when I held him in the hospital.
Yeah,
I was like, "Hi, buddy. Welcome to this world. It's not the best world in around, but you know
yeah,
what? We love you.
yeah. You here, so
You're here, and we're gonna take good care of you, and you have a lot of family that loves you. So,
yeah,
yeah, he's cute as a button. Cute
yeah.
as a button. He's confused about his night and day. Obviously, he's a
Yeah,
newborn.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's going to be, but it's just like he was when in utero.
yeah,
He would wake up at night and you can feel him kicking and everything, but during the
yeah,
day it was like quiet.
yeah. Sleeping.
So yeah, sleeping. So I was like, wake up. Your teta's here, wake up. But yes,
So,
I did. I did. I became another grandma. So
well, congratulations, Grandma.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very
Yeah,
exciting moment. So
yeah,
I'm very happy. And yeah, and that's about it. Everything else is still the same, just working and trucking along, at work,
yeah.
and that's about it, really. So
Yeah.
Nothing crazy on this side.
No, life is life. It is what it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah,
so,
nothing too crazy on this side. So,
yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
that's
nice.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have
You had
for
a
us
baby,
this
I
week?
had a hurricane. It's all good.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all good.
All a whirlwind.
Definitely.
Some more worldly windy than others.
Yes, I know, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
I asked the question, is love really enough to sustain a healthy relationship? And I asked that question because I hear so many women say, but I love him,
Hmm.
even though the relationship's unhealthy or toxic or abusive in one way or another, or whatever the case is.
Sure.
And I always, you always kind of heard that growing up and as a kid, it's like, oh, love will fix all. You kind of get that in the shows you see on TV, that mentality,
Yes.
but then you grow up and then you're in a relationship and life happens and things happen and sometimes
It's
there's a
not like the
common
movies.
denominator. There's a common denominator. Yeah, it's not like the movies.
No.
And sometimes that common denominator, you're paying the price for that other person's choices in life.
Yeah.
And how long are you supposed to deal with it? Is it enough to sustain? Or do they just say it is and stay because it's easier? Is really
Um,
what I was kind of looking for.
yeah.
And it is easier to stay no matter what, typically, it,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know,
Especially if you're comfortable with where you are at the moment. Maybe the love isn't there, but financially and everything else, you're set, and the love makes it hard for you to decide whether you want to get out of the relationship or whether it is enough for you to continue.
yeah,
So, I mean, I'm not like married or anything like that, but when I did have my relationships, the relationships that I had always lasted at least more than 5 years. Okay. So it's not like I went from one to the other to the other to the other. It was a long relationship. And I
yeah,
always often wondered, I did ask myself, is this going to be enough for me? Like,
yeah,
and later on, like I look at the pros and the cons of things, and then I'm like, you know what? No, it's not enough for me.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not. It really
yeah.
isn't.
And then people I think also get used to saying and are in that rut and it's comfortable is, well, I love him
Yeah.
or I love her. And it's like, do you? Or is it just
Right.
easy?
Correct.
Because
And
it's
what kind of
changes.
love is it though? Because you could say
Yeah,
love. You could
yeah,
say the word love,
yeah.
but does that mean like you truly and
You just used to saying it,
right, or you just used to saying it
you
exactly.
know. I
Exactly.
mean, I used to always think as a kid, being naive and young, love will fix everything. Well, sometimes love is the problem.
Well, yeah, exactly, right?
As you grow up and you deal with certain things,
Exactly.
it becomes the problem. And you can love them. It doesn't mean that's where you need to be or stay
Correct.
because it may not be good for you. I mean, at some point, I always have said to my kids and others, there are consequences for your choices, good or bad, there are consequences.
Definitely.
And, when bad things happen or someone has hurt you and those bad things, you either make a choice to go or stay, depending on the significance, the type of all that. If you stay, eventually those scars change the love. The love
Yeah.
does change. It doesn't stay the same. You're not
No.
looking at that person the same as you grow and mature, anyways, let alone add any negative experiences to it.
Correct.
At some point, you have to love
Correct.
and respect yourself more.
You do, and you have to,
You
because
know,
you're worth it, or you know that you want more out of life,
you know,
or out of just the person who
yeah,
you actually want to be with, who you want to be with, for whatever time you want to spend that time with. You know your worth, and you have to realize what your worth is. And sometimes, no, that love is not enough.
you know, and it doesn't matter if you have good days and you go to the
Mm-mm.
movies or do dinner together and stuff. The scars that get left from the hurt or the
Correct.
choices of the other one, and it can be male or female. I'm not just
Yes.
talking male, um, you know, there's a consequence to their choice.
Yeah,
And
always.
it forever alters. There's only so much one person can take.
Definitely.
And at some point,
Definitely.
you have to like yourself more and respect yourself more than that person likes or respects you.
Correct.
Because when
Correct.
they
And
make
that
choices that intentionally hurt you and they know that if you find out or that you see it or whatever, that they're going to upset you and hurt you, and they still did it anyways.
that's not love. That's
It's not respect for
no,
feelings, thoughts, opinions, nothing. It's,
definitely not.
you
Definitely
know,
not. I mean,
it's just not.
I've walked that path already
Yeah.
before, and you have to come to the realization, no matter how much it hurts you, or no matter how much that other person thinks that they can just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and oh, guess what? They'll still be there, no matter what. It's okay, you know.
Yeah.
So to them, you are. um I don't know what is that called when somebody is just there and knows that you're going to be there the whole entire time no matter what they do to you. You know? It's like they don't realize your worth. They don't
Well,
realize your worth.
they're taking advantage of you,
Taking advantage. That's it. That's what I wanted to do.
you
Say
know.
they are
Yeah, I
taking
mean,
advantage.
she's not going to leave. He's not going to leave. They're just going to stay and keep taking it. They have it good here. I provide all this for them. They need
Correct.
me.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and say all you want, I don't need you, but until you actually leave and show them, they
Yeah.
don't believe you.
No, actions speak
They,
louder than words.
well, and they think they're right. And they think
Oh
that,
yeah.
that ego or whatever, they think they're right, you
Oh,
know?
100%. My God, 100%. I
It
mean, I had a
drives.
boyfriend that who thought that I was gonna, just hang around and be there no matter what he did. And I was just gonna, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna tolerate this anymore. Like, why would I even tolerate you? I tolerated you enough. I gave you
Yeah.
too many chances already. Like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So if you don't find that I'm worth enough to you, then I don't need to be with you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's the age-old question, is love enough to sustain a healthy relationship? Isn't there even a song? I think there's a
I
song.
think so. I
And
think
I used to
so.
never really understand it until I got older and
Hmm.
realized certain things and certain cycles and was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I know. Well, and then that's sometimes what it takes to make you open
Yeah,
your eyes and realize things,
it does. It
you
does.
know.
You know,
And as like I said before, as much as it hurts to finally open your eyes and realize your worth, and that you must go forward and find that other person that complements you, or just find yourself. You don't even necessarily have to find another
Golden
person.
Girl House.
Correct. Golden Girl House. Sometimes that's all you need is your
Goals.
friends. Yes. I know at our age, that's for me, that is my goal.
You know,
Because I find that my friends are a lot closer to me and realize my worth than actually having per se a man in my life.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I know the
yeah.
younger generation is a little bit different than us. So,
Well, a little bit.
well,
You
a lot
know,
of it, but
yeah,
I'm
a
trying to
lot of
make it
it.
sound nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely value my girlfriend relationships more now than ever. You grow, you learn,
you
and
do. You do.
you
It's
know,
part of life.
if a girl stabs a girl in the back, talks about them badly or whatever, and
Hmm.
it's like, "Oh, you're my best friend," and behind your back, "Oh, she's such a effing bitch," or something like that.
Right.
You're not,
You're not a
no,
friend.
you're not a friend.
No, you're
You
not a true
know,
friend.
you're definitely not a true friend and stuff. And so
And
I
I've
have
learned
very,
that throughout the years.
oh,
I've learned
I
that
have
throughout the
too,
years a
because I
lot.
don't do drama. I don't do girl
No,
drama. There were girls
same.
in high school that taught me about drama, and I just thought, oh, good Lord, this is too much work.
Right.
I'm
Isn't it
telling her
though?
this, and I'm telling her that, and then she thinks this, and she thinks that of that, and I'm just like,
Yes.
I
No,
don't even know who
thank
you're
you.
talking about and what you're talking
Mm-mm.
about. I can't. This is too much work.
Yeah, no,
It's too much
thank you.
work, and so I won't be partaking in any of that. But um, we as girlfriends are there to support one another and listen. And we all have different opinions. We all have make
Definitely.
different choices. but that doesn't mean we're not going to have your back when you need us the most either. It's
Correct.
another
And we
thing if
don't
I'm
we're
running around stabbing you in the back, but you
right.
do that, then you're done and out of my circle, once I hear about it. So,
And we're not always going to agree with each other,
oh
and because
no.
we each have our own different personalities, and but you learn to discuss them with your friends, and then you move on whether you agree or disagree. It doesn't really matter, but
No.
you have that respect for your friends that when they're there, then you are able to accept their opinions, and as well as them accepting yours. So
Yep. You know.
that's what I found out. Before, when I was younger, I think I wouldn't be so outspoken
Yeah.
as I am now.
No,
Now
you were
it's
definitely
like,
quieter when you were younger.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was always quiet when I was younger.
No,
I
you
didn't
were
really
just
talk
letting
too
it all
much. I'm
out.
just letting it all out because I just don't give a crap. I think you get to the point where you just don't give a crap no more. So, and I'm
No,
to
I
that
think you
point.
do, when you've had enough and you just want a simple life and happiness and people that bring you
That's it.
happiness in your life, then,
Yes.
yeah, it's just
Yeah, then I'm
enough
gonna
is
keep
enough.
them. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep them in my life. But the people who don't, I'm okay, goodbye. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, 'cause it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I don't want to
No,
die a miserable bitch. I
no.
want to die a happy bitch.
Right?
I want to die a happy person. I don't want to
Right.
die with full of regret and
Yeah.
full of, things that I thought I should have done
Right.
so nah, it's not worth it to me.
No. No, it's not. Don't let someone dictate your happiness by their
Exactly.
choices.
Yep,
You get to decide,
that's right.
you know.
100%.
You get to decide. So the first person wrote, no, you also need trust, communication, companionship, intimacy as well as love.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, you
You
do.
do. Yeah,
Someone wrote, I feel you also need to have a partner who doesn't want to change you, who embraces everything that makes you you.
that's very important.
Well, you can't change someone.
No, you can't.
I
You
mean, you
can't.
can try. You're going to knock your head on the wall. I mean, if they want to change something about themselves, that's up to them.
Correct.
And what's your definition of change?
Right. What is it? What if they change
Hair
bad?
color. What
Well, what if they
exactly?
change
Would they
for
start
the
doing
bad?
drugs or they,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't change somebody. That person is that person. So,
Well, and that person's gonna be has to be willing to change certain things about them for you or for themselves,
yeah,
you
well, they should
know.
always do it for themselves, for the better for
They
themselves.
they should, but then you have these couples who are together, and let's say the one side, whether female or male, doesn't matter. The one side maybe needs I don't know, needs a little help, with their change or something like that. But that doesn't mean that you're going to put yourself down for that part. You know what I mean? I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense or anything like that, but it's like they needed a push,
Oh,
you
well, you
know?
can't push anyone.
Yeah,
That's again, they they have to look at their choices, what they're doing to hurt or upset someone and be like, I love them enough and respect them enough to not hurt them intentionally.
right.
So that's on them. You've said your piece and that's on them.
Yeah.
It's their actions they have to control. So
Well,
if you're
yeah,
not
and that's
controlling them and they continue to hurt you, then you got to decide how long you're going to let that person have that control over your happiness and well-being.
oh yeah,
It's all
absolutely.
it boils down
100%.
to.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, as
It
change is
is.
hard.
Yeah, change
Change
is
is hard.
difficult. Yes.
It's for everybody in the best of circumstances, let alone someone who's drowning. So change
Yes,
is hard.
ma'am. Yeah.
Love can fuel the dedication to make a relationship work, but no, not by itself. You can't will a healthy relationship into existence. And I thought that was very powerful,
That
really,
is very powerful. I like that.
because like I used to always ask my mom, why'd you stay? And she was in a very abusive relationship.
Hmm.
And back then in the early 80s, people didn't believe that type of thing happened.
Right.
They didn't have the support,
No, they sure didn't. They sure didn't.
and
They would just put it under the rug and
yeah,
be like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about this.
correct.
We're
So
not going to
it's
do
a
it."
different day and age where now we just talk about anything. So,
Yeah.
it is powerful. You cannot will a healthy relationship into existence. You cannot.
No.
You cannot. It's all up
No.
to that person
Or
to
you make
make that
yourself sick.
choice every day to do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, you'll make yourself sick if you keep doing something like that. It's not healthy
Yeah.
for you, definitely. Definitely not.
Yep. No, you can love someone yet lack healthy communication, have opposing attachment styles, be in different stages of life, have busy schedules, etc.
Mhm.
So, yes, you can love someone and you want to do this with your life and go somewhere else, and they don't, It's, you
Everybody
know,
has different goals. Yeah,
yeah, everybody has different goals. Yep.
some people are more comfortable with how they are living now, and then other people just want more in their life. So
Yep.
it all depends.
Yep. It definitely does. So,
Hmm.
you know, you need to respect and trust also. Well, that's huge. So we were just talking
Absolutely,
about
yeah.
that. If someone is hurting you emotionally, physically, they don't love, respect, or trust you enough
No,
to do better, to make that commitment. And it is a commitment and it is work every day.
it
And
is.
when the trust is broken and you have to worry about what they're doing every time the phone rings, their phone
Oh,
rings, or they walk out that door,
yeah. That's too
and
much
it's easier
energy.
said, well, it is, but
Yeah.
it creates stress and anxiety in your life. And people can say, well, they can do whatever they want when they walk out that door, but you don't mean it because you're going to find out. You're
Of
wondering, you're
course.
asking, you're looking. Yes, you just didn't walk away that easy, or you wouldn't be in the relationship.
No, you're just saying it because you're just mad at that time, and you're
Yeah,
just saying, oh, they could do whatever they want. Nobody care. I don't care. But no, in reality, you do care.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Um, this really depends on your definition of love. In my definition, yes, I want the person I love to thrive and be the best human they can be. I want them to achieve that. I want to help them achieve that. If your, got to turn the page, definition is focused on infatuation and lust, then maybe the answer is no. Well, you know.
Well, and that's a little bit what I was talking about, help them achieve, but to what degree though? That's the thing. So you could have someone that you want to help them to achieve whatever it is, whatever, I don't know, the person needs to achieve at the time. But then at what cost to you?
Well, so say they want to go back to school
Yeah,
for 2 or 3 years to become whatever.
right.
Okay, you have to decide you're going to financially sacrifice for 2 or 3 years because you love them and you
Absolutely.
support one another. As someone who's been there and done that a few times, at that time, yes.
Yeah.
Today, nope.
Yeah.
Done.
And that's the thing is you don't know what the outcome is going to be later on in the future. I mean, it's good at that moment and you're thinking of the future with this person at that moment. But then when reality comes to life, I mean, is it really?
So for me, I
Like,
don't want to keep reliving the past,
correct. You got
repeating
to
that
move
cycle.
forward.
I don't
Yeah.
want to keep repeating that cycle. So the answer for me at this stage of the game, being
Is
51,
no.
is no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Been there, done it, not doing it again.
No, and
No,
I don't blame you. Yeah,
you
it's a
know,
lot of work. Like you said, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of headache. It's a lot of issues. It's a lot of anger that you hold resentment inside, things like that. And why should you put that on yourself? That's not
yep,
healthy for you.
correct.
Yeah.
And at some point, life has to move on.
Yeah,
And you only have so much time here.
absolutely. Tomorrow's not promised.
No,
Yeah.
as we all found out, no, it's
Yeah.
not. So, you know, it's great while you're young, certain things, you know, um, but in some cases, no. Now, if they're just like, I want to lose 20 pounds, oh, okay.
Right. Like I say, it depends. It depends on what they're trying to achieve. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not life-changing things if they want to achieve. That's, there's no guarantee.
no, there's no guarantee in life. And at some point, you got to start making choices for you
Definitely.
not for the other person.
No.
Your life plans need to match up. You could be on two totally different paths.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, you can be. Um, and it can be by choice. Um, it can be just by growth.
Yeah.
You can decide you've had enough of whatever.
Yeah.
Um, it just there's many factors that come into play as you get older.
Definitely.
It's
Your
there's many
patience too, as well,
factors.
is not there when you get older. It's not, there are things that I would say that when I was younger, I could tolerate a little bit more, but now it's like, do I really want to deal with that? No. No, thank
No,
you. You know, sometimes I found like me being single is the best thing that I could do for myself.
yeah.
Um,
Well, at some
that's for
point,
me.
so, I you and I talk about relationships all the time, usually before we get on here. And,
Yeah.
it's how do you know someone's sincere in this day and age with social media playing such a big role in any kind of communication? They
Exactly.
can sit there and type to you, oh, I want you to meet my dad. I want you to meet my sister. I want you to come here. I want you, and nothing ever, how in today's day and age do you find, and I hear this all the time, which is why I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking,
Mm-hmm.
someone who is sincere.
That's the problem that I have been dealing with for I don't know how many years now, umpteeny amount of years. Um, People will start off being sincere and then later
Yeah.
will show their true colors,
Yeah.
and then that's when you decide but by that time it's like I've already gotten where I can say I love you.
You have emotional investment.
Yes, yes. And then now it's being ripped under your feet. Like,
Yeah.
it's very difficult nowadays to be out there with the social media business and trying to find someone who is real.
Well, and that was part of my question too. It's not even just talking about being in relationships that aren't healthy and stuff. It's it leads to other things. It's how do you
Mhm.
find, I go on dating sites. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, just I told you before we started, I just got a message from some guy I don't know
Yeah.
who's, on a oil rig somewhere, blah, blah, blah. He's having bank problems, blah, blah, blah. Buy me these cards, I'll pay you back. I'm like, you need to go away.
Yeah,
I don't do
exactly.
scams. I'm not a scam, baby. I just want to get close. Oh, shut up.
Right, exactly.
So then I got to go through the effort of reporting you and blocking you. Not that reporting you really matters, but it just makes me
No.
feel a little bit better. But
Right, right. It makes me feel better. Yeah, I just like before we got on here tonight, I told you this guy on Skype,
yeah,
somebody, oh, I want to add you to Skype. No, thank you.
no, I
No,
don't.
thanks.
We're not Skyping, dude.
No, no.
You know, it's hard to find sincerity in people. I think it's hard to find a really good, healthy relationship. I think that if you found them when you were younger, it's a rarity and you're lucky.
Yes.
Um, if you're starting over later in life, I don't know about going down that path again. I just have too many concerns and questions about finding sincerity in people, and the fact that social media has kind of made it easy for people to hide and lose more of that. I mean, I am
Yeah.
me. You want to talk to me,
Yes.
message me, I'll talk to you. If you are a sincere person, you start getting weird and saying stuff, you're going to need to go. Just
Yeah, well, absolutely. I don't have time for that anymore in my life right now. Either
no.
you are sincere or you just, like you said, you gotta go. Bye.
Yeah. So do you think love is enough? Oh, no, not in this day and
No,
age.
no,
No, no.
no, I
That's
don't think
very
so.
naive, narrow view. I don't care if you like going to dinner together. I don't care if you
Yeah,
enjoy watching TV together or a movie together or any of that. That doesn't mean everything is well and healthy.
absolutely not.
It's just
Yeah,
surface stuff.
yeah.
you
Be like,
know.
oh, he did this to me. Oh, but he loves me. But if he did those things to you and you feel like down or you feel bad about yourself, is that really love?
Well,
No.
no, anything they do that makes you feel sad or depressed,
Yeah,
and they know that whatever they are doing or going to do or have decided to do is going to have a harsh negative effect, and they still choose to do it,
that's not love.
it's not sincere love.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, my nephew was an addict. He will always be an addict.
Mhm.
Several months ago, I found out. Yeah, I thought he would do pills and smoke pot and drink. No, he
Mhm.
even did heroin. I was told by his wife he did everything.
Mhm.
She went to counseling, therapy, Al-Anon meetings, stuff like that. He quit cold turkey doing everything, which is amazing. That means even smoking. He got rid of all vices, you know.
Well, you would almost have to when you're addicted like that because
Yeah,
once you get into one vice, you're just going to keep going.
yeah. It just the vicious cycle, you
Yes.
know. So
You're not
you
going to
kind of
stop.
he was like it made no sense to him to continue any of it and to walk away from it all and just be done and
Yeah.
not waste money on that stuff and all that stuff.
Mhm.
In a short amount of time, 8 years in August, he's been sober. Has he slipped a few times? He has. Well, one time I know of. And she told him, that's your one and only slip.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. And I will take everything. And they have like 5 rentals plus a beautiful home they live in. So she's, not playing. She read a book about no, not being, what's it called? And she actually recommended it to me.
Okay.
And so, ironically, I have another friend who's reading it. By her therapist told her to read it, and she recommended it. It says Codependent No More: How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself. So when the controlling it, the title's a little off in the sense that you're not really controlling others, but you're trying to. You're
Right.
putting effort and energies into someone who isn't putting in the same effort and energy into themselves to make better
Exactly.
choices.
Yeah.
So it's learning to step back from that and the lecturing and you know other emotions you go through with trying to convince a person they need to do better.
Sure.
It's not that you're controlling them, but you're definitely, you can't be a mother to everybody.
No, you can't. And that's not when you're in a relationship, that shouldn't be your goal is to be a mother to those people.
No.
You're supposed to work together in a relationship. This is what I believe, or maybe this is what I want. And maybe sometimes no, it's not realistic, but I can hope. A girl can hope, you know.
Well, we're always hopeful.
Yeah.
It's I
It's
just
a
don't think
hard
it's
road to
realistic.
travel.
I just don't think it's realistic
No, it's
because
not
everyone
realistic.
is different. Everyone has different personalities, different characteristics,
Mhm.
and some people have that. I have that addictive personality.
Yeah.
So you got to decide what you're going to deal with. And is it worth it? And is it enough? And do you want to spend your life always being held back or drugged back?
Yeah.
Um, you
Or do you want
know,
to move forward?
I mean, at some point, you got to take care of you and like you enough. And that's what this book is talking about. I think I'm like 6 chapters in. Um, but if you don't trust them and they don't trust you, then a relationship won't be healthy. And that is
Mm-mm.
true. If
Yeah.
they've done something to break your trust and done it more than once, why?
Well, yeah, and that's what happened to me in my relationship. It's just when that trust was broken, that was it. I was done.
Yeah,
Like that, there's no coming back from that, unfortunately.
no.
You
But
can
you knew
try,
enough. You knew
right?
enough to know that. A lot of women
Don't.
don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, to me, that love or whatever relationship we have had for many years, just it's like basically he just took it and threw it down the toilet,
Well, yeah, because
and
yeah.
right. And like you said, like some girls don't wake up to realize that, so they end up staying in the same cycle over and over and over again. When
Hmm.
when is enough enough?
Yeah. Well, it is
you
a
know?
cycle. That's for
Yeah.
sure. It is a cycle.
Yeah.
Someone said, no, love alone is not enough to sustain a healthy relationship. While love is a key component of a healthy relationship, there are other factors that are equally important. Trust, respect, feeling supported, open communication, shared values and goals, intimacy, friendship, loyalty, and honesty.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
People will change over time in their needs and aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to be able to have an open discussion with your partner about these changes and be willing to listen and adapt. So it's really about adapting. So,
Yeah, it's not about changing the person. It's about
yeah.
adapting to the
Well, you're
lifestyle that you
adapting to
both have.
whatever they may, you're adapting to whatever's changing about them.
Correct. Yeah.
So, everyone has to pick and choose how they want to live. And if they're going to
Yeah.
look back going, I wasted too much time trying to change this person or fix this person or whatever. But I think the big consensus has been that no, love is not really healthy, is not enough to sustain a healthy relationship.
Yeah, no.
Um, I definitely don't think it is.
Me too. I'm right there with you.
And when it becomes negative and you're always working harder than the other, it changes the love. It's not the same. It's not
No.
going to be the same from the day you got married to begin with
No.
because of just time, and growing and,
And
and stuff. And then add
yes.
anything else to it, it's not the same.
No, of
It's
course
not the
not.
same. You can tell yourself it is, but then that's a whole other topic. That's denial.
Yes, that is definitely denial.
So,
Well, that's what
it's
made me, I think, wake up from my last relationship is like, I'm pushing and I'm trying and I'm doing and I'm this and I'm that, but I didn't see it coming from the other side,
right.
And if I don't see it coming from the other side, well, what's the point?
It's one-sided, and what's important to you is not important to them.
Correct. So why am I still here? It's time to go. And that's what I
Yeah.
did. It's time to go.
And while it hurt and was upsetting, once you
Yeah.
got past that and healed some,
Yeah.
you now know and see that it was really the best choice for yourself.
Absolutely. 100% it was the best choice for myself. I would never change it or go back for the world.
Yeah.
I would not. And then I learned, from it and it made me a bigger person to understand, maybe the next relationship that I have that, I'm not going to let something like that get prolonged. If it ever comes into play, you
Yeah.
know. I hope better for the next relationship that I have, but things happen. It is reality. So,
I mean, don't we all?
yeah, we do. We sure do. We
you
sure do.
know. Yeah.
But I'm
So,
satisfied, I like you said before, I got my girlfriends. I enjoy talking to them. I'm happy when I'm talking to them. We don't have there's no extra. There's no
correct.
extra. It's
Yeah.
straightforward. I
Yeah.
talk to you, I'm having a good time. We discuss, things that matter in our life, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
And we help each other along the way. That's what you're supposed to do in life. You're supposed to have those good people next to you to help you along the way.
Yeah.
So,
And you don't need to be in a relationship to be happy and fulfilled and have a full life. I think
exactly.
that was so drilled into females back in the day.
Mhm.
It just kind of carried forward,
Mhm.
you know, just kind of carried forward. So whether you realize it or not, this is our 50th episode. And we had
I
talked about we were
know.
going to do something special, and we didn't.
I know we didn't because
We've
things got
had,
kind of sidetracked.
yeah, we've had a crazy few weeks with life and different
Yes.
things and stuff that have come up. And so we're, again, a little behind and we need to get back on track. So we're trying to
Yes.
not be derailed by situations, minus hurricanes, but having power. But,
Definitely.
um,
Definitely.
so I don't know, you said drink of water or something, but I have these
Yeah.
lovely,
Ooh.
I can't pass you one through the screen or
No,
I
you
would.
can't, but it's okay. Eat one for me.
I am. This is my
Yes.
stash.
I
Because
love
if I
it.
didn't have a stash, the vultures would circle and I would have none.
I
Ever.
know. I know.
Ever.
I know. I have a
Ever.
stash too, but usually it's here at the restaurant. So
Yeah.
try not to take it with me everywhere. But if I need it ever, it's right here available for me.
Well, this is
Amazing.
in a drawer.
Salted caramel.
I get them from
Hmm.
Costco. And I mean, I don't even have one a week, so this lasts a while.
Yeah.
I've had it a while, but excuse my chewing. It's delicious.
Hey, enjoy it. I love it. I love it. I
But we
love
didn't get to
it.
do anything special
We
or
didn't, but
have.
we should. Maybe the next episode, I think we should. We'll just kind of squeeze it in as our 51st anniversary episode.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully, life from now until next Friday, will be quiet somewhat.
Right?
Yes.
You
Yeah, I
never
need
know
it. I
sometimes.
need it to be quiet for a little bit.
I think we all do.
Yeah, I just want to enjoy my new grandbaby and, have a good time with him and um just, relax. That's what I need to do. I just need to relax. It's been a stressful week for me, so um and get back on track. That's about it, really. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what we want
Well, yeah,
and what
it's not
happens,
always what we get. Yeah.
no, it is not. So hopefully
Yes.
after tonight, we
We'll
will.
be yeah, we'll be back to normal.
I mean, I have a ton of answers on this one. They're all pretty much the same in the sense that everyone's in agreement,
Okay.
So that was kind of it.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. Yeah, love isn't always enough, people. Decide for yourselves. It's going to be hard. Nothing's easy, but,
Well,
one
change
step
is
at a
not
time.
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one step at a time.
change is not easy.
No, definitely not. I've learned that the hard
You
way
know,
sometimes.
don't we all
Excuse me.
though?
Yeah, we do. We do.
I mean,
To different degrees and each one is a lesson to be learned. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just have to take it as it is.
yeah.
That's it. That's
We all
it.
learn something from the choices we make. They're all a
We
lesson,
do.
whether we want them to be or not.
Yes.
So I think you're
Yeah.
right, and they're a lesson. Some more so than others.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then
That's for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's like, well, I don't want to do that again.
Right?
So yeah, love is not enough to sustain a healthy relationship, ladies.
Yes.
There's got to be a lot more behind it
Definitely.
and a lot of equal work,
Yes. A
you
lot of
know.
hard work. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. And if you think it's not enough, then move on. Move
yeah,
to bigger and better things. Yeah.
you know, doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's easy, but
No.
it's doesn't mean it's not the right choice either,
Mm-hmm. Correct.
you
Correct.
know. So,
Yeah. Well, that was
that's
great. I enjoyed
short
it.
and sweet.
Short and sweet. Yes. Right to the point.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
well,
that's great.
Grandma.
Yes. I'm a teta again. Teta means grandma.
Yeah,
Lebanese. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm
that's
excited.
exciting.
I know. Believe it or not, I cannot wait to see him again on Monday. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Week goes by. Isn't that crazy?
I know. It is crazy.
Seriously.
It is. It's nuts.
So I've always asked, maybe I'll ask this question. Why is it when we get older that time
Mm-hmm.
goes faster? People told us that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wish your life away. Don't, wish to be an adult sooner than necessary. And the older you get, the faster it goes. So tell me why. Because when I was a kid, it took forever for Christmas to get here.
I know,
And
right?
now I'm blinking, and today I was at Walmart because my pool was green this morning because it was full of tree limbs and all kinds of rain and stuff. And even though I have a saltwater pool, it needed some shocking. So I ran to Walmart to get some shocking stuff that was, you know, it was quick and easy and fast. And I didn't know if
Yeah.
my normal place was even open, and I wasn't going to drive all over. So I just went there and shocked the tar out of my pool. I can't even go out to the chlorine
Oh my
salon.
gosh. Yeah, I
Oh, it
bet.
was just not the right color. I was just
I
like,
wonder
please,
why.
Well, a lot of the rain. It's a saltwater pool, so it's kind of sensitive sometimes, I think. But typically, I have to put salt in it a few times a year. But I've been doing chlorine. I need to get a new salt. The thing that converts the salt to chlorine is broken, so
Ah,
add
okay.
it to the list. But it was fine before the storm.
Okay.
And then it was greenish this morning, and there was a lot of debris in the pool. And so I scooped all that out, and I picked up in limbs and bagged everything off the back deck and
Sure.
used the blower to clear off the rest of the leaves and stuff. And I did all that this morning and then ran to the store and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done with that for today. So I didn't even get out in the front yard. But why does time fly so fast at this age?
I don't know. I can't really answer this question for you because it seems like, where you would think 5 years was a long time, now 5 years has become
A blink.
a blink of an eye.
It's crazy. And I was talking about it with a patient the other day, and you know, I don't understand it. I don't understand the math behind it. I don't
Yeah.
understand how
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me. And I always ask people, and they're like, I don't know, it just flies by. And the older you get, the faster it goes. Well,
it
that just
does.
doesn't really seem fair because you're hurrying along the end of my life versus I kind of felt tortured in the beginning.
I know, right? My
You
God.
know, so
It's
I
true.
just
It's true. I don't get it. I don't know either. Um, well, what is it? September now? We're at the end of September.
We're at the end of September.
They already have Christmas stuff up.
Oh, they do. I was at Walmart today,
Yeah.
and there was Christmas trees up.
Yeah.
I was at Costco last weekend doing my 4 to 5 week shopping,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, they're all decked.
You see?
So they're hurrying it along in that sense, but I'm just talking the day to day for my age and just things I'm trying to accomplish and get done. And I'm
Oh,
just
I
like,
know.
I blink and the holidays are here.
Yep.
I mean, I remember the day we were all terminated on Tuesday, June 18th. And I thought, okay, well, this is going to give some people time to find jobs and blah, blah, blah. And you blink and it's like, oh my gosh, we just had our first severance check a week ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it's done and it's over with.
I
And
know. Can you believe it?
in a few short months, and month and a half to 2 months, a business that had stood a medical facility for 55 years is gone and all the people in it dispersed. And it flew by and it seems so unreal. And I walk into that building every day because I'm at the new clinic in the building, and it's like a ghost town. And it just, now I've been at the new clinic. We opened September 4th, and that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a month here in a week. And it's crazy. I'm just like, we just started.
I know.
We
I know.
just,
I know. It's nuts. Time is passing by so fast that I don't think we can even catch up with it, to
no,
be
it's
honest.
just, I had these goals, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get there, I'm trying to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I
It
don't know.
is. It is.
I,
It's
uh,
nuts.
I don't even know what to say. I don't understand it. I don't understand why it goes so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand any of that.
No, I don't know. I think I hit a certain age, and then the next thing you know, like, and they tell you hit the middle of your age, like when you become 25, 30 comes quick. When you become 35, 40 comes quick. when you
Yeah,
become 55, and so on. Like it's nuts. It
it's
is
crazy.
nuts. Yeah.
So don't
Well,
waste your time trying to fix others. Get out there and live your life and make your choices
exactly,
because it's
exactly.
flying by
It is
and you can
flying
keep
by.
waiting and keep waiting. Don't hold your breath.
Well, and that's what you're going to do is keep waiting. So don't do
Yeah,
that. Live your
yeah.
life now. Tomorrow's never promised. And do what makes you happy. Do what
Do
makes
what
you
makes you happy.
do what makes you happy. Yep. You're the only
So,
one that can control your happiness.
yep.
So do what makes you happy and live your life to the fullest. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Uh,
well, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it as always. Um, if you have any questions or comments, Shar will go ahead, leave them down below, and then Shar will go ahead and answer them. And then if you guys want to hear anything, or you have some kind of topic that you want us to that you want us to talk about, please let us know, and we will take it into consideration, and then we will go from there. So I'll turn it over to you.
So, as always, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Apple Podcasts, Google, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeart, Deezer. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are TikToking. We are on YouTube. We are on Patreon. And you can find us at girlfriendminute23@gmail.com.
There you go. We're
Was that all of
everywhere.
them? Was
That
that
was
all
all
of
of
them?
them. We're everywhere. Absolutely. You hit them all. You hit the nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head,
Hit the
right?
nail on the head.
So there
Always a
you have it.
pleasure.
Always, my
Um,
dear.
Hopefully we can get back to our routine every Friday, and I look
Yes.
forward to it. And maybe next week we can have that drink for our 50th episode. It'll be 51, but it's okay. We can do it.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
We can do it.
Yep.
So,
Always a
okay, my
pleasure.
dear. Absolutely. You have a wonderful rest of your night,
You too.
and I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Until next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.